Hello everyone. This is going to be a very different video than usual. You see, I like Thomas and Friends. Or at least I did before Mattel started flushing every bit of quality down the toilet. But one thing that we can all agree on is that Thomas has some interesting merch. So I thought we would all be looking at it. Some of the good, the bad, the rare, and the ugly. This is going to be very different. I don't even have a real script for this one. This is just going to be my pure, raw reaction to these weird toys. So, with that being said, let's dive right in. Let's start with some of the good. This right here is a very special toy made by Tomy. You see, this Thomas is really special, not only because he has a dark blue metallic finish, which very nice, but he also has a little hole in his smoke box here. You see, water is actually supposed to go in there, and he's supposed to make steam. Yeah, that's right, a Trackmaster toy that makes steam. Man, that. You know how few toys made for Thomas were like that? I really thought that would be a no brainer. Wooden Railway. Oh man, I remember these. These were real good. Just looking at this is really nice. It does remind me of a season 16 episode, or was it a season 15? The Miller era really blends together. But yeah, other than that, it looks really nice. These are really cool. Except I realize these are actually knockoffs. How can you tell that these are knockoffs? Well, that's actually a really good question, as they can be really hard to tell. But one good way to tell is the fact that Bulgy here is missing his face. Another easy way to tell? James. Just, just, just look at James. He is not having a good day. Look, I know you don't like being painted in Bumblebee, but you don't need to have eye surgery over it. What is Edward screaming about? This was Thomas Wood, and it just doesn't hold a candle to Wooden Railway. Thomas Wood just isn't the same, and you'll see why it had a terrible reputation in a second. I legitimately forgot about this one. Streamline Emily. Based off of one episode where Emily fantasized about being a streamline engine. I legitimately forgot this was a thing. Mainly because Emily only appears for like zero point 0.1 second. Streamline Emily does appear for like zero point 0.1 seconds and then never again. So that's cool. I'm surprised that they got any merchandise out of it. Oh man, this just looks bad. It just looks real bad. Well, I mean, look, the details are painted on so weirdly. And look at this. Toby's cowcatcher is wider than Toby himself. What the heck is this? Who made this? Ah, these are the good and the bad, by the way. Should probably make that clear. All Engines Go merch. I'm seeing a lot of that around here. And I mean a lot of it. Ooh, Bachman. I remember these. I never owned one myself, but these were all over YouTube at the time. I don't have much to say on them. I just remember they were good. Okay. The scaling is weird, but otherwise this looks excellent. I'm not even going to ask what the heck this is, or why it even exists. Secret Agent Thomas? What? This is just. No, no, I don't. No, just no. This is probably one of the more cursed things I've seen all day. A regular, realistic looking Wood Thomas with All Engine Go's Thomas face. That just looks wrong. So, yeah. Let's start looking at some of the more rare stuff. Stuff that you probably wouldn't find online, and if you did, it's probably going to cost you a pretty penny. Here are some take and play models. Some of these I actually forgot had models made in this form, like D199. It only appeared in the Railway series. Probably why there was only a few of him made. Oops. Yeah, I misclicked. My bad. Alright. What else is he? Ooh, I remember these. These were made for the 60th anniversary of Thomas and Friends. We have Gold Thomas, Semi Gold Thomas, Bronze Diesel, and Silver Percy. It was actually really hard to get your hands on a Bronze Diesel. He came with very limited. He came in very limited packs. Ah, here's the infamous one. White-faced troublesome truck. This white-faced troublesome truck wasn't even meant to be made. At least not in the way it was made. The face was a placeholder face. But it became... But it was almost done, and so they released it in parts of England and in Los Angeles for some reason. And this is how much it goes for. $600 for this. Excuse me? $600 for that. This grumpy faced Playrail Gordon was only sold in Japan in very limited packs. While the model itself is nothing special, that face is very accurate to the show. Ah, we have a Hector here. I think I actually owned this one at one point. Wasn't very rare back in the days. Guess it's pretty rare now since Hector is kind of an obscure character. He only appeared in like 2 episodes. Oh, I forgot they made a wood version of Ferdinand. That one character that everyone hated. He's basically the Thomas version of Chris Thorndike, a character nobody likes, even though he's kind of overhated. Yep, this is pretty much it. Also, I think you can see now why Wood has such a bad reputation. I mean, they didn't even finish painting it. No, this is not a prototype. This is what the finished product looks like. I I I think I need to move on. Yeah. Thomas and Friends merchandise is super rare to come across, especially some of the older stuff. This metallic green Percy is a good example. Let me show you one of the best of these rare items. I misspelled that. I really misspelled that, but Bandai Diesel 10. Just look at this thing. It is just so amazing. This thing was sold in limited products in Japan, and now I want it. Alright, now let's step out of the good and safe and calm and all of. So, yeah, those were some samples of Thomas merchandise. The good, the bad, the ugly, and the rare. Sorry this video isn't exactly what anybody expected, and sorry if I sounded very unfocused this time around. I just was trying something new. Anyway, I've been the Gamer Nerd, and if you're going to spend money on Thomas, just make sure it isn't $600 for a troublesome truck.